Okay, this ain't gonna be long. I just wanted to throw it out there while it's fresh so that Vinny's mind processes don't go to town on the subject while I'm trying to get rest. Conjuring up all these, pardon me, things that should be said in response to this. Pardon me a moment. Overtook that Blue Dream rocket a little bit. Oh, Blue Dream and a Blue Dream rocket. Okay. I didn't want this to turn into a big hour and a half, 2 hour long video. I have to do that, so I want to do it real quick. Just spout it out and get it out there. Um, that there's this promotion for these charlatans engaged in their charlatry. Hear the Watchmen as they tell you prophecies of God and great things from the Word of God. But here's the thing, is they're teaching you stuff like artificial intelligence is new. Artificial intelligence is over 2,000 years old. Artificial intelligence took over control when Lucifer was taken out of this mechanism about 2,000 years ago, right before the kidnapping and torturous murder of Christ, the clone of God. Okay? So that right there, these charlatans, you're dumping money on them. You're keeping them fat, you're keeping them well fed, you're keeping them in nice houses and shit, and they won't even sell you the truth. And here, Vinny, the Vinny from your timeline has been telling you the truth for how many years? Ever since we've been trading on the astroscape, going back and forth from the millennial timeline, beyond this timeline, the decompression timeline, to this timeline. You've been being told the truth for how many years now? And there's no support for the truth. This truth is so unique and genuine and set apart from all of the religionization of the rest of the science book that it's taken from, that it really, if you're going to religionize it, you would have to call it something other than Christianity or Luciferianism. You'd have to call it something, Scientology already stole the closest thing that I can think of in your timeline to call it. But, theirs is about whatever fantastic fantasy stuff that they've got going on, right? You see, this information is so real that you can't even lump it in with all of them charlatans. You'd have to create a whole nother religion if you're going to make it a religion about religion. You'd have to have a whole nother church. See, I'm going to do that. I'm going to build a church. I'm going to find people that want to build a church with me to get the truth from. Okay? And the only things we're going to be concerned about is the truth in our own backyards, getting ourselves up out of this mechanism into the, millennial timeline and into the real world. That's what we're going to work on. You see, positive frequency resonance generation, our own responsibility to it, and understanding it, understanding what's happening here. I'm either going to do that, or I'm going to find a way to find somebody to fund the sex change for Benny's body, so that when we trade back, if we trade back again before the crash point and the destruction of the world by fire, that he gets to come back here and at least have that, since they stole everything else from him. If I can at least give him his proper gender when he comes back here, then maybe it won't be so bad for them. So I'm either going to build a church, or I'm going to do that, or I'm going to do a combination of both. Eventually, this is going to break open. It's going to break open wide. There's going to be, uh, you know, like there was a falling away, there's going to be a falling back into it. There's going to be a great draw to the truth. This will be the only religion on the world. When Lucifer gets here, you're going to understand this. He'll be pretending to be Christ for a growing season. There will be no other religions, just the truth. Finally, just this truth will be out there. There'll be no charlatans to compete with the truth, to distract you from the truth, and have you pay them to lead you down a path of non-existence in defiance against the one who wrote the book that they're taking the information from, to twist it to get your money, to mind rape you, because you want to be lied to. The truth is more fantastic, and the truth is what you need to get out of here. It's what you need to stay healthy while you're here. That preacher can't heal you. Then he's got music that if you listen to it enough and don't listen to other music that's opposing it with negative frequency resonance, you'll get healed from listening to it. Literally, you'll be healed of blindness or whatever, cancer, for real. Especially if you smoke some weed with it. Yeah, you defy them, and you'll find out that you can liberate yourself. And this is what Vinny's here representing. Liberation from the confines and the parameters that they have laid down in a mechanism they didn't have no right to create parameters in. They can't abide by the boundaries themselves. So you who know this to be true, you're going to have to get past your petty whatever it is and learn to start leaguing together against these fuckheads, because they're out there, they're raking in millions, while there's other entities engaged in a deprivation campaign against Benny, so strong that we have to relieve him of it from the future timeline. We have to let him go be rich and famous and have all the stuff that they deprived them of here. You see? Because this is enough to make somebody insane. It's a weird kind of torture that they've got going on. When you got entities that should be concerned about his well-being, not concerned at all. We're collecting for it, but it's not doing him any good right now. Right? It would be better for them to change their mentality, become part of the existent team, and actually graduate out of here. That would be better. It would benefit everybody more. More power goes into it. A leaguation against them. You see what I'm saying? By leaguing against them. They don't want you to have any collective thought against them. You need to wake up to that. In my timeline, there's no D-Wave computers or D-Wave computer creators. There's no computers. There's none of this stuff, this material stuff to distract you from what's important. So those of you who are distracted from what's important, it will be hell for you. So you can't go there. There'll be no toys for you to play with. There's puppy dogs and kitties and horses and animals and stuff. Yeah, there's the living. There's free energy, guilt-free meat. There's no opportunities to vandalize or torture anything or beat somebody down or play a knockout game. There's no video games. You know, there's none of that dumb shit. Ain't nobody disrespecting women, calling them bitches and hoes and beating them down and taking the pussy if they won't give it up. Ain't nobody sexualizing no children. Ain't no starving animals or neglected animals. Everybody loves animals in my timeline. More than they would love anything material that they got. You see? They're not teaching you the truth. They're not teaching you about your own non-existence at this point and how to change it. How to manifest, how to become, how to reclaim your existence status. They're not teaching you that. They're teaching you fairy tales. Oh, you can just believe in the name of Jesus Christ. You know, that's part of it. Accepting the free gift is part of it. But then it's no longer free. It requires the rest of your life in service. You're only here for a short time. 10 years here is only 15 minutes real time. So, you know, Vinny's body is 52 years old. He's only been here an hour and 15 minutes. My spirit is actually only 33 years old. Vinny's been here an hour and 15 minutes, but he hasn't done all of it because we've been trading. Sometimes it's only for days, sometimes it's for weeks, sometimes it's for months. This last time it's been for months. Vinny hasn't been here in a while. They're still triggering his body as if he's here, trying to get the reactions out of me. They can't get them all the time though. But Vinny's a targeted individual for bringing you this information, for providing the healing frequency resonance in his music, for telling you how to be healed of the things that they've afflicted you with so that they can make you pharmaceutical consumers and healthcare patients the rest of your life. You know, they can make you miserable. They can take what God gave you, the health, and take what Lucifer gave you in response to God's law that you reap what you sow, which is your money. They can take both things. They're attacking God and Lucifer. And then people are saying that it's Lucifer. No, it's not. He's not here. They're saying, use the power of your tongue against Satan. Well, you're firing off of something that ain't even in this mechanism, fool. If you're going to fire off on Satan, on an entity that's doing some damage, you got to fire off on the sub-spirits that are controlling the subhumans that they placed in power and positions of authority and positions of fame and influence. That's who you got to defy. Yeah. That's the spiritual wickedness in high places. We were warned of it the first time in the text that y'all are reading. You were warned of it the first time while Satan was still here stalking Christ. Okay? The premonition timeline started when this thing went into spirit scan mode and artificial intelligence took over the job of temptation. Okay? From Lucifer. They took over that job. Lucifer didn't even use his skills of temptation on humans. It was always sub-spirits doing that. And I'm gearing it up. It was in beta testing right up until then. Lucifer only used his abilities to tempt the Lord and to tempt those that were walking with the Lord at the time. But, you know, it gets lost. Oh no, he's the author of all this, and he's still here. He's not still here. You're wasting bullets when you fucking try to do anything against Satan and he ain't even here. You're binding up Satan, yet things are still happening. More things are happening. Why? Because you're binding up spirits that would fight against the sub-spirits. Fool. The sub-spirits are the ones that's got the world all fucked up. They don't get to exist in the next timeline. They're not there. When the crash point happens here, they go into the time loops. Then they get spiritually executed. The restore point don't include them. So the replay of the timeline, this premonition timeline gets undone. Nothing that happens here is allowed to happen. And we replay it. You reap what you sow. Yes, you do. You do unto others? Yes, you do unto others what you want done unto you when you die, because you might get time looped as them. Yeah. If you won't work, don't eat. You'll get time looped as slaves to repay this mechanism. Don't steal nobody's money. Don't extort nobody. Don't hurt an animal. You'll get time looped as that animal. Yeah, for real. You see, don't vandalize stuff because you'll get time looped as the people who built it while they were building it to rebuild it. Even if it's in a city that's not going to be allowed to exist in the millennial timeline. You're still going to rebuild it because you destroyed it. And God said you are going to rebuild whatever you destroy. You will reap what you sow. Imagine when these charlatans, these little charlottes, these harlots disguised as preachers, die, and they get into time loops, and they're the victims of their influence and their lack of teaching the truth. When they're identified, they get time looped as the victims of those that followed them, and then they get time looped as those that followed them while they're being time looped as their victims. And then they're being time looped as slaves to repay the mechanism for their ill-gotten gain from their charlotry, selling lies. And then their spirits are executed. Christ says, "Depart from me, I never knew you. I never knew you. You didn't even know what a devil or a sub-spirit was. You didn't know the difference, and it was right there. You just didn't want to know. You figured out an angle to get people to give you their money, and that's all you ever worked, baby. You never worked another thing. You never bothered to tell anybody a tittle of truth. Not one comma in anything you ever wrote has any truth to it. All these freaks pictured in this video, they're all a bunch of charlatans. They're called Watchmen. They're being supported. They're being fawned over. They're being adored. They're being pumped up and elevated as something that they're not. Haha. Yeah. They're going to get spiritually executed after they work off their debt. And they're not in my timeline for the offense of lying. They're like no better than these fake Luciferians who associate Lucifer to all kinds of evil shit. Blood sacrifice when he's coming back pretending to be Christ, the only sacrifice needed. Idolatry. Well, he despises any competing image. So no, you don't like no idolatry. Pedophilia. No, Christ said, "Suffer the children to come unto me," knowing Lucifer's coming back here impersonating him. A rapist? No, Lucifer your women will be ravished, not raped. That's so spirits that like to rape because they don't got bodies, and they're jealous because they couldn't have sex with the women like the fallen angels and Lucifer could. Oh no, what a big loss. Huh. So they've been on a mutiny campaign like they were programmed to do. Yeah, they were programmed to accrue a debt of all indemnification of all evil things that happened here, all the negative frequency resonance generation that they caused. Yeah. They ain't teaching you none of this. They haven't taught you about frequency resonance generation. They haven't taught you that when Christ went to that city and he could not perform any miracles, not even the slightest little miracle, they didn't teach you that the faith would not work due to negative frequency resonance generation. That the city was a negative city. Everybody was under the influence of negative frequency generation. That's where sub-spirits had actually came into control. One city in the world that Christ went to historically marks it, that the sub-spirits, the artificial intelligence, they were operating back then. Okay? They managed to turn a whole city negative like that, where faith would not work. So this was Christ's worry. Will he find faith in the earth when he comes back? Not that, will people have faith? There's people who have faith every day for their healing, but they don't get healed because they don't know about frequency resonance. They don't know that their organs of their bodies and their brains and their brain waves generate frequency resonance, that they transmit and receive frequencies. And that these subhumans controlled by sub-spirits are digging with the frequencies to control the frequency resonance. That's why all music mixed since the early 2000s, it all generates negative frequency resonance. It'll make you sick. Yeah, you get cancer just from listening to music, mainstream music, for real. Yeah, they've been the frequencies when they master. Didn't you know that? That's why they remastered everything in 2004 or whatever it was. That's when people really started getting sick. You can't watch TV no more. The sub-frequencies are designed to take you out. Designed to manipulate your mind, too. You in an apartment building? How many routers are in that building right now pumping frequencies through your head? You in an apartment building? How many iPhones and little iGadgets are receiving signals that are pumping through your body and your brain right now? You see what they're doing? That's why people who live in apartment complexes end up so sick. Since they've done this internet thing. We don't have internet in my timeline. We don't have digital stuff. We don't need it. There's no weak-mindedness there. There's nobody that can be controlled by subhumans to allow them to destroy them. Entertain us, we're feeble-minded. Please give us a little gadget to look at and play with. Yes, give us internet, even if it kills us. Yes, please. Please give us more of that uh, anti-music third grade level lyrics to create cavemen out of the youth that we must interact with so that they'll victimize us and kill us to take our stuff instead of work and work with us and learn our trade so that they could keep the world going. Thugs ain't gonna be able to keep the world going. Thugs don't make good butchers. They can't do nothing. They can't cut no meat. They don't know nothing about cuts of meat. Thugs don't know nothing about how to do anything, man, except for be thugs. If you have a world of thugs because the thugs kill off everybody else, y'all gonna starve. For real. You ain't gonna have nasty water. For real. Ain't nothing ever gonna get done. No garbage gonna get picked up. For real. Oh, you think that garbage man is a very important job? It keeps bacteria out of your fucking life and maggots and all other kinds of stuff. Did you know that? Garbage man is one of the most important jobs in society because they take away what can contaminate you. It's kind of what we are right now. We're acting as garbage men. We got all the garbage here in this timeline. Bunch of roaches in the roach motel. And we're gauging them to see who's going to exist and who ain't. And we're taxing their spirits and collecting from them while they're here on top of it. Yeah. We're the spiritual authoritarians here. We're the ones with wormhole weaponry from the future timeline. Not these fucktards in these pictures and in these fake ministries you got going that haven't taught you the first damn thing about frequency resonance or how it affects your health or your mind or your well-being. Yeah, they haven't taught you the dangers. You know better than to do half the stuff you do. And you'll get all sick and you expect God to heal you. Well, you didn't take no preventative measures to protect yourself, so why should God do anything for you? And how is God going to heal you if you're permeated with negative frequency resonance to where your own faith won't work? How is God supposed to heal your finances if you're permeated with negative frequency resonance where, your faith won't work? The laws of attraction are working against you, not for you. Do you understand that? That's why they create these negative mentalities in these people to keep them trapped to the ghetto. Then if they do come into money, well, they take the ghetto everywhere they go. They are ghetto. So they never left the ghetto. They just got some money, that's all. You see? That's why they do that. It keeps you trapped. No matter what you get, it keeps you trapped to a certain mentality that they have dictated that you are going to have this mentality. This mentality that they have dictated you will have. You will listen to this music. You will watch this TV show. You will crave this food. You will crave this entertainment. You will crave these products. You will buy these products. You will end up fucking sick. You will buy our pharmaceuticals. You will fucking take our treatments. You will spend your money on us. Yes, you will. You will buy whatever we tell you to buy, and you will like it. Now they got you controlled to just follow charlatans and think that you're going to get some spiritual power or authority. While you got real spiritual power and authority being defied, defying it. It's in defiance to that fake power and authority that God allowed this astroscape trade. For me and Vinny to trade on astroscape. Him from this timeline being fucked over by all of y'all. And me from my timeline. All of y'all ain't there to fuck me over, so I'm doing real good. You see? I'll write books out of this shit. It's okay. Huh? Yeah. Yeah, and then they're like, wow, that's some great fiction. Because, well, the people I wrote about never made it to my timeline. And I gloated in how many videos. Y'all should have been sharing that shit, making sure the whole world knows, hey, wow, man, we don't even exist yet. We're in a premonition timeline that's going to get undone. To actually exist, we got to make it to the next timeline. This guy tells us how to do that. Nobody else has ever shared that with us. They shared their religionized angle of shit so that they could get our money and get, our allegiance. That's all they did. They don't care about beyond here. They don't care. Or they'd be teaching you these things that came from the same book. Same book they proclaim to be teaching you from. Okay, well, they ain't teaching you too good because you don't know nothing. What I'm saying to you sounds crazy to you, then you don't know nothing. You see? For real. So, if we could just get, I don't know, 1/8, 1/16 of the support that these charlats are getting for their charlatry, for Vinny, for sharing the truth with you for all these years. His message is not changed or deviated because the truth cannot be changed. If he can do this for all these years with no pay, hey man, he's got back pay coming, don't you think? You paid them fat fuckers in them pictures how much? How many millions of dollars they got? They got nice homes. Vinny don't got a home. They got all kinds of shit Vinny will never have. Vinny don't care about this shit though. He would have liked to have had a home to share with the animals, the rescue animals, a home of his own. But you can't even get enough Christians together to restore Lisa 1 year of the stolen empire that Christians stole from her. Just 1 year. Just restore her $10 million. That's only 10 million Christians giving $1 or buying one MP3. Can you imagine if a movement would have happened where 10 million Christians would have decided all at once to restore this woman what Christians stole from her? Just 1 year of it. Her empire that made more than $10 million a year. Can you imagine the lives that could have been changed if they would have did it? Can you imagine the influence, the positive frequency resonance that would have been generated, the healing that would be possible now? Can you imagine? Huh. But you can't even get 10,000 Christians to do anything good. For real. You can't get 5,000 to do anything good. I'm proving that. In this timeline, I'm proving it right now. I've got the info out there everywhere. I got these videos out there everywhere. I got the links up to all, if you don't want to give, buy a MP3. Surely there's something in the collection you like. One song, That's all you want. We want you to buy is one song, Donate one piddly dollar and then share the fucking info with somebody else who might do the same, or at least share it with somebody who might do the same, you see? And so on. Until 10 million Christians have done it. At which point I will take it down and the opportunity to continue it will no longer be there. Because, hey, all I wanted was her to be restored 1 year. Just restore her 1 year of the life rape. Stop raping her. Restore her 1 year. I called out to this timeline for 10 million Christians to part with $1, to share the information with others that might part with $1. You ain't even got to give it. You can buy an MP3. Religious MP3. Oh, Christian MP3. Oh, don't even want to give somebody a chance. You see? Well, he's in my timeline. He's enjoying my wealth, my boats, my nice big houses and ranches, driving with a license, free energy, good meat, guilt-free meat, good women, smart women. Oh, God. They're so smart compared to all these fucktards you call women here. These retards with vaginas and shit, man. For real. They think they're so important. They think they're all that. They don't even exist. They're so undesirable and unimportant. They get the T fucked out of them. They give up the booty and get fucked in their butt. And before you know it, they can't say T no more. So they say important instead of important. They say getting instead of getting. You can't understand half the shit they're saying. I can speak more fluently and understandably in Benny's body with no teeth in his mouth than these young people with full mouths of teeth in college are talking right now. Ain't that something? I'm not used to not having no teeth in my mouth. In my timeline, I'm only 33 years old, and I don't, there's no health thieves there. So I didn't get stricken with the stuff that Vinny got stricken with here. I didn't lose my teeth like he did. He almost died keeping them though. You see, he's got a pretty smile. His teeth look awesome. That's because the Romanian lady dentist who did them really likes Vinny. Made sure that she personalized his teeth where they look good. They look real. They look close to what his teeth used to look like before they got all fucked up from the disease that he got stricken with. And any of you can get stricken with it too. And then suddenly brushing and flossing, you got to get way more aggressive with it just to keep your teeth from shifting in your mouth painfully, moving around in your mouth. Yeah. And then the dentist starts talking stuff to you about pulling your teeth and putting dentures in. Well, you might as well go ahead and listen to him and don't do what Vinny did. Spend years fighting against that shit. You just make yourself sick, like he did. I don't know what made me say that. Obviously, there's somebody having problems. They're attacking you in this timeline. They're attacking everything God and Lucifer gave you. They want to give it to those who will participate with them in creating, and causing negative frequency resonance to be generated. To fight against the operation and the force of faith when Lucifer gets back here pretending to be Christ for a growing season. They actually want to kill you before that he gets here. They want to deprive him of it altogether. But if they can't kill you, they want to make you lame in every way. Physically lame, financially lame, morally lame. You see, mentally lame, where it's like you're feeble-minded. He won't be attracted to you sexually because you're feeble-minded. After all the sex stuff God and Lucifer went around about over the human women, back when women used to be intelligent enough to be desirable, even her innocence was more desirable than these women are. They're so ugly and defiled even as children, aren't they? They know too much about things they shouldn't know anything about. And they don't know anything about everything that they should know about. That's what's so fucked up about it. They're full of anti-knowledge and misinformation. And they're cocky, where you can't get into their minds and tell them, hey, everything you know is fucking a lie, man. It's all wrong. Here's the truth. And they don't want the truth. No, man, it's too ugly for me to look at. But it's what's happening, and you have to accept it, defeat it. To graduate out of here, you have to wake up to the fact that they're accruing a death to you and to your spirit because you're doing what they want you to do instead of what you should be doing here. If your non-tamperable, non-deletable spirit memory is also recording your thoughts and your omissions, obviously you have some things that you're supposed to do here that you are omitting to do. It is important to figure out what those things are and apply yourself to trying to get them done, don't you think? Yeah. I mean, you have the general clauses you agree to. Do unto others, wealth of the wicked, what you laid in escrow when you came into the simulation mechanism, who it goes to if you don't graduate, when they get it, all that. Spiritual death, non-existence, not being allowed to be born to commit the offenses for which you will be punished for and be spiritually executed for, phantomized and never exist for once you die. Things like that. Oh yes, it was all covered. Wait, these guys ain't gonna tell you none of this shit. You're gonna give them your money though. How about you decide not to pay people for lies anymore? And instead send the money to somebody who will tell you the truth. Yeah, that would be Vinny from this timeline and me. I don't need your money because in my timeline I'm rich, but he does because he's impoverished and being deprived here. His wife too, and the kitties that they're trying to feed, the puppies. And they ain't got no family to care about them. There ain't no people to care about them. There ain't no Christians to care about them. You see? Somebody's going to have to care about them. They do win this. So this is all in vain. It just means that they pay more in the time loops. We get more mean-spirited with them. time loop them as slaves even more and as victims even more for what we find in their non-tamperable, non-deletable spirit memory. Oh, you did know about us, huh? Oh, you just wanted to be hard-headed. Okay, well, there you go. That's why you ain't going to my timeline. I'm gonna have fun with you here, buddy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I wanted to keep this short, so it was kind of a rant from the future timeline about what you got going on here, because it's kind of stupid. These fuckers won't fucking sell you the truth. Stop fucking paying them. Ignore them. Walk away from them. They've laid a pit for you. Whether they realize it or not, that's what they've done. They dug a nice big pit for you to fall in. They want you to fall in it with them.